AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi.
But what I know is from their explanation, they wanted somebody to be seconded. And I believe maybe their secondment is about the trustees, not the officer. Because it came from them and we seconded an officer, and as somebody who has powers to second people, I did the second. Whatever role, they did not report to me. He was supposed to report to the body. Why the body taking on the body if they are told they made a resolution? On issues of vetting, I know vetting is done by, if I'm not mistaken, it is the trustees that are vetted. But if their officers are vetted, it was then the responsibility of the trustee to send somebody for vetting, not my office. Thank you.
Honour members, I see Kadapi Central. Kadapi Central, please. I see Lilongwe Chiwamba after Kadapi Central. Over to you, Kadapi Central.
Thank you very much, Chair, for giving the floor to Kadapi Central. I just want to appreciate, sir, the coming of the Chief Secretary to the government to appear before a parliamentary committee. But I just want to thank him very much for appearing before the committee, and I hope all other principal secretaries in the government and senior government officials, they are taking notice of this, that if the whole Chief Secretary is coming before a committee of Parliament, what about them? So I hope other principal secretaries or other controlling officers within the government and its agencies will be able to follow suit, that the Chief Secretaries appeared there for in the future when they are called. Because many, we have seen, sir, many controlling officers, many PSCs, including district commissioners, when they are called to appear before Parliament, some they don't even come. So I just want to put on record and thank him. I want to thank you, sir. Thank you for coming and clearing things, because some people would have been talking things out of air. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Kadapi Central, for the compliments. Lilongwe Chiwamba. After Lilongwe Chiwamba, I see Zomba City North.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to ask only one question to the Chief Secretary. Chair, multiple witnesses who appeared before this committee stated that Mr. Hamera became acting principal on 28 October 2025, the day after the suspension of Mr. George Jim. Chief Secretary seconded, his secondment letter is dated 6 November 2025, a full 90 days later. I would like to ask Chief Secretary to explain why there is a discrepancy between your official record and the testimony given to this committee. And I have another question, Chair, also. If Mr. Hamera was acting principal from 28 October, but your letter was only issued on 6 November, was he operating without lawful authority for those 90 days? Or do you or anyone in your office authorize him verbally before the written letter was issued? Thank you, Chair.
The Chief Secretary, those are questions from Lilongwe Chiwamba regarding the date discrepancy, 28th October versus 6th November 2025. That it appears Mr. Boyd Hamera started working on the 28th of October, but the letter, secondment letter, was only issued on the 6th November, according to Lilongwe Chiwamba. He wants you to come out clear on those things, on the discrepancy. Thank you. Over to you, Chief Secretary.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members. I stand by 6th November. That's when I released the letter. Whatever happened at the trustee is none of my business. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I now go to Zomba City North.
Thank you, Chair, for yielding the floor to Zomba City North to ask a question to our stakeholder herein. But before I do so, let me write on the commendations that have been made by my colleagues, my honorable colleagues here, by applauding the SPC for appearing before this committee. He has set a very good example, other than those that are abdicating their duties and choosing not to appear before this committee when they are summoned to do the same. However, I wanted to ask the stakeholder, our SPC, that is there anything else that you can assist this committee to ensure that former SPC is brought before this committee so that she explains her side of the story according to this Amaryllis transaction. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Zomba City North. Controlling Officer, Chief Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. If the former SPC was still in government, I would have brought her even now. But she's no longer with government, she's out of government. It should be other organs that can bring her. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much, Controlling Officer, the Chief Secretary. Maybe riding on what Zomba City North asked and in relation to what you've said, because the Public Accounts Committee as Parliament, we find ourselves in at a disadvantaged position because the former Chief Secretary claims that there is also another warrant of arrest, but Parliament doesn't issue those things. That's why she's not appealing. Maybe that's why Zomba City was trying to find out, is there anything that can happen? Because those are some of the challenges that, the disadvantages that this committee has. So you've said, since she's out of government, there's nothing that can happen. Maybe I see a hand from Lilongwe Chiwamba.
Thank you, Chair, for allowing Lilongwe Chiwamba for second time. Chair, this is the House of Record. And we have been meeting several officials to have questions on this issue. I would like to ask the Chief Secretary to confirm if indeed the answer he's giving you now it is true. Because he wrote a secondment letter to the fund. And I have asked him a question, he's giving me answer that is none of his, he doesn't know anything what happened at the fund. But he wrote secondment letter. I'd like to ask him to confirm in this house if indeed the answer he's giving you now, it is true. Secondly, Chair, I would like to ask him also, your office, he has stopped several unnecessary expenditure. Why you did not stop this at the first time? Because I understand you had the time, you were aware about these transactions before. Thirdly, I'd like to ask the Chief Secretary to provide us evidence if indeed funds requested his office to provide an officer. Thank you, Chair.
Chief Secretary, you have those 3 questions from Lilongwe Chiwamba. Over to you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. As I indicated, I'm saying the truth and nothing but the truth. My letter dated the 6th November. If there was an activity before, I'm not responsible. That should be asked by the board. What happened? The board that they were giving me authority to sign the letter, and then they had already started using them. That is not under me. What is under me is the letter on 6th November. Secondly, when we go through the trustee deed, I have no role over the body or the trustees. And I also said the appointment of those people is different from the appointment of anybody, ESCOM, name it. It's different, quite different. Applying those principles to that organization, which is an independent, it would have been something difficult. And therefore, I was just doing my duty, normal duty, because I was not responsible. There are bodies that are responsible for that organization. We have the Reserve Bank, who is the regulator. Those that can see problems and they will be able to see how they can deal with them, as they have done now, by or maybe suspending or what. But I had no role on that body. Therefore, it was difficult for me just to say, you stop. Read through the title, the deed, trustee deed. I'm not appearing anywhere. But secondment, because I head the civil service, and that OP falls and above, I have to second them. I did it. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So much, the Chief Secretary, for that response. So we can actually confirm that from the 28th to 6th, from 28th October 2025 to somewhere around 6th November 2025, when you issued the letter, we can actually confirm that Mr. Hamera operated illegally because there was no formal secondment, but he happened to be by that institution. Wait, 9 days. 9 days later, that's when the formal one was issued. Was there any verbal communication from your office or your officers that kindly proceed, the letter shall follow later? Controlling officer?
No, in the government, we go by the circulars and the letters. We don't do it verbally. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
It now appears that we're still having more issues. I think as a committee, then we'll get to Mr. Hamera and the others to see what actually happened. That a civil servant walked into the pension fund offices, started discharging his duties without having a proper document or secondment letter from the Chief Secretary. I see other members. I see Lilongwe Chwamba again.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, on the Board of Trustees has passed the resolutions on its 22nd board meeting minutes that the fund could not accept a secondment percent from government. Were the chief secretary aware of the body's resolution before issuing your letter?
Let's go down to order. Zomba City North.
Thank you, Chair. Is it in order that the question that Lilongwe Chwamba is asking has already been put forth by Lilongwe Chirobwe, and the stakeholder herein had already answered? I don't know if he was here when the question was being asked.
Your point of order has been sustained. I think the issue that has been raised, it was also raised. Which one, but you may consider the second one. If you have any, or if you don't have, then we proceed. Lilongwe Chwamba. Okay, thank you so much. Anyone with a question? Other members? Anyone with a question? Thank you so much, the Chief Secretary, basically for your appearing, like I've indicated, and other members have also talked about it. Your appearance actually gives comfort to Parliament, because Parliament is another arm of government, but while you're taking charge of the other arm as a Chief Secretary, you are in the executive arm of government. I'd like to appreciate that you appeared before Public Accounts Committee. But like we've said, I think the other one we may find on ways on how we can proceed. Like I indicated, that we find ourselves at a disadvantaged position because the former Chief Secretary is not appearing because she's sick, according to what we got. But at the same time, when you look at when she left this country, it was on around 16th, 17th of February, when this committee was given mandate to do an inquiry on the 24th of February, when she had already left. And at the same time, we started the inquiry somewhere around the 10th of March. But now, because she was sick, then the other issues which are popping up,
takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza. Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake